So much attention is given to the top end of the Premier League that it is easy to ignore the battle brewing at the bottom. For any of the teams who sit below 12th in the table, dropping out of the division and into the Championship remains a realistic prospect with just 9 games of the campaign to go. There is a gap of only 3 points between 19th and 13th, a figure that could quite easily be overhauled with the right run of results. Only one side really seems nailed on for a place in the second tier next campaign. For the rest of those outside the elite, the future is not certain. Who has the biggest problems to overcome? What has their recent form been like? And how tough are their games? Sportsmail has analyzed the teams battling relegation and taken a look at what they will be confronted with between now and the end of the campaign. Swansea City March 10th v Huddersfield TBD v Southampton March 31st v Manchester United April 7th v West Brom April 14th v Everton April 22nd v Manchester City April 28th v Chelsea May 5th v Bournemouth May 13th v Stoke. Form Swansea have been superb since Carlos Carvalhal came into the club. They have only lost one of their last 10 fixtures in all competitions, including wins over Liverpool and Arsenal in that time. They also pulled off a 4-1 win against fellow battlers West Ham in their last match. Problems not many, as it stands. Carvalhal has improved the team by switching to a 3-man defense and a 5-man midfield. Ki Sung-young, underused under Paul Clement, is now a key man. And the Ayew brothers are an effective front two, utilizing pace and technical brilliance. They have started putting away goals too. West Ham March 10th v Burnley TBD v Manchester United March 31st v Southampton April 8th v Chelsea April 16th v Stoke City April 23 v Arsenal April 29th v Manchester City May 5th v Leicester May 13th v Everton. Form David Moyes managed to get a real bounce out of West Ham when he first came into the club, primarily by tightening up a completely disorganized team. But they have dropped off considerably since and have only won one of their last 5 matches in the Premier League. Their last 2 games have been 4-1 defeats, most damagingly against Swansea. Problems: West Ham lost Andre Ayew to Swansea on deadline day and only replaced him with Jordan Hudgill, who has failed to make an impression since stepping up from the Championship. That element of solidity is also no longer enough to see them overcome teams. They have, to an extent, been found out. Huddersfield Town March 10th v Swansea City March 17th v Crystal Palace March 31st v Newcastle April 7th v Brighton April 14th v Watford April 21st v Chelsea April 28th v Everton May 5th v Manchester City May 13th v Arsenal. Form: after a very difficult mid-season patch, Huddersfield have hit a seam of form at what might be the right time. They have won 2 of their last 4, and, importantly, those victories have come against teams they will be battling with come May. They still have a problem against the Big Six, as evidenced by their simple loss at Spurs last weekend. Problems in terms of the players available to him. David Wagner will be relatively happy. Aside from one, Aaron Mui. The Australian is arguably the Terriers' most important player and has been out for the last few weeks. There is a positive there though. He should be fit for this weekend's game against Swansea. That will be a massive boost. Newcastle March 10th v Southampton TBD v Tottenham March 31st v Huddersfield April 7th v Leicester April 15th v Arsenal April 21st v Everton April 28th v West Brom May 5th v Watford May 13th v Chelsea. Form: Newcastle have only lost 1 of their last 5 games, but they have only won 1 as well. It's a natural side effect of how they set up under Rafa Benitez, who would rather take a point than nothing. But the draw with Bournemouth was definitely a blow, having been 2 goals up only to collapse late on. They could do with a win to shake off those particular cobwebs. Problems: the fact they are not bottom of the league speaks for how impressive this campaign has been by Benitez. His squad are quite simply of a championship standard. There are a couple of standouts, but Newcastle have not had the necessary investment at any point to keep them in the top flight. And Islam Slimani's ongoing injury problems are a blow. His availability could have helped them a lot. Southampton March 10 v Newcastle TBD v Swansea City March 31st v West Ham April 9th v Arsenal April 14th v Chelsea April 21st v Leicester April 28th v Bournemouth May 5th v Everton May 13th v Manchester City. Form: Southampton have only won 1 of their last 5 matches and, frankly, given that was against West Brom, it should barely count. They have not been good enough at any point this season under Mauricio Pellegrino, but they have not been bad enough to get the manager canned. That might be a problem in itself. There has been no push to take them past the mediocrity since the first ball was kicked. Problems: where do you start? They are lacking goals. Their defense has been irrevocably weakened by the departure of Virgil van Dijk. Too many of their players are operating at the same iffy level. Fraser Forster has been bad. Guido Carrillo, the big January signing from Monaco, is yet to score. Mario Lemina, a significant arrival in the summer, has only created 7 chances and provided no assists. There are huge issues. Crystal Palace March 10th v Chelsea March 17th v Huddersfield Town March 31st v Liverpool April 7th v Bournemouth April 14th v Brighton April 21st v Watford April 28th v Leicester City May 5th v Stoke City May 13th v West Brom Form. The Eagles have not won since January 13 and missed an incredible opportunity to win. They were 2 goals up against Manchester United on Monday. They lost 3-2 in the last minute. Their initial burst under Roy Hodgson has faded off and they need to turn it around soon if they want to avoid the drop. Problems: Christian Benteke has only scored 2 goals all season. Alexander Sørloth has not bagged since joining from Midtjylland in January. Wilfried Zaha, easily the best player outside of the top 6, is injured. All 3 of those are issues, most importantly the last one. With Zaha, Palace play. Without him, they do not. But he could return for the game against Chelsea at the weekend. And that would be a major boost for Hodgson. Stoke City March 12th v Manchester City March 17th v Everton April 1st v Arsenal April 7th v Tottenham April 16th v West Ham April 21st v Burnley April 28th v Liverpool May 5th v Crystal Palace May 13th v Swansea City. Form: Stoke, like Palace, have not won since January and are struggling to find anything resembling form. Admittedly, they have not lost in 3 and have definitely become more difficult to play against under Paul Lambert. Still, they have lost 14 of their 29 games and are struggling to overcome their diabolical start to the campaign. Problems: there's not much about the side. Xherdan Shaqiri is a star but undoubtedly not the same player the club thought they had signed when he joined. Jose Rodriguez has not had much of an impact since his move in the summer. They lack options up front, to the extent that Peter Crouch is probably their best option. There are, at the least, much harder to break down. West Brom March 10th v Leicester City March 17th v Bournemouth March 31st v Burnley April 7th v Swansea City April 15th v Manchester United April 22nd v Liverpool April 28th v Newcastle May 5th v Tottenham May 13th v Crystal Palace. Form: West Brom have only won 3 Premier League games all season. They last won on January 13th. Before that, you'd have to go back to the second week of the campaign to see when they picked up 3 points. They have lost every single one of their last 5 matches. Whatever it is they say about form and class, this West Brom vintage have neither. Problems: there are discipline problems, as evidenced by the story involving the taxi. There are dressing room ructions. Their defense has significant issues. Their midfield is far too easily overrun. Salomon Rondon scores nowhere near enough goals for a striker of his ability. Jay Rodriguez is still finding his feet after a long time out. Alan Pardew has also failed to inspire any sort of bounce. The real question is not where are the problems, but where aren't they?